Hello again, everyone. This is Jim here with another update. Today, this is Sub-Stories, Volume 6. Moving right along with this, I think you all know the drill now. I'm just reviewing recent feedback from my subscribers. I asked them to describe their journeys, successes, failures, struggles, whatever, and just kind of a little community building, sharing stories and spreading the word a little bit, having fun with it. So, Volume 6, here we go. First comment today is from Ready for Him. Exercise to failure sure works for me too. I have days where I think of food as just fuel, hungry, but not really caring what I eat. And other days as a celebration. I love what I can eat. Sometimes I giggle that what I am eating is in my food plan. I am not totally carnivore, but really close. How freeing for me to know it's okay to enjoy, celebrate my food guilt-free. Hugs, Marla. Okay, Marla, thanks for commenting. I know you didn't include too much there in terms of where you're at with your particular story. I included it here because maybe you could confirm. I wasn't positive, but if you're the Marla, there was a Marla that was interviewed on Sarah Pearls of Wisdom channel, and I don't know if you're that Marla or not. And I didn't want to link to that interview if it wasn't you and make a mistake. So if it was you, I will link to it. Let me know because in that interview, there's a lot more information given. But from what you said here, exercising to failure works and how your perception is with food, that we're really in sync there. But thank you for just commenting that you're enjoying life and food and everything, and continued success. Our next comment comes from Richard Golden, and Richard says, "Hello, I have lost 70 pounds intermittent fasting, 1/3 of my body weight, but having a hard time keeping the weight off. Can't maintain without 48 or 72-hour fasts. Thinking about going carnivore because that way I will have no carbs. There is carbs in all veggies. Got to get away from them. I've gone 30 days carnivore. I will go longer this time, but I never feel full. I guess I'll eat once a day and eat more meat at dinner. Thanks. Any tips would be great." Okay, Richard, thanks for your comment, first of all. And I do have a comment here. Consider it a tip. You mentioned going carnivore but never feeling full. And now what I think there when I hear that is you might need to really change up what you're eating, what type of meat you're eating. It might be that the type of meat, sometimes I don't feel full personally if it's like all ground beef. I can keep eating it, and it takes a long time to feel full. On the other hand, if I'm eating, what I tend to do right now is I eat a lot of fatty cuts of meat, ribeyes and pork roasts and beef roast, chuck roast. I kind of really go for the fat, and I eat a fair amount, but it's filling. I know from reading the accounts of others, they have success. Other carnivores, they have success, really amping up the fat in terms of actually adding fat, and that's another avenue you can go. Just adding fat in addition to the protein. So those are a couple suggestions when you get into carnivore. This should fill you up. Upping the content of fat. My guess is maybe you were eating a lot of lean, too much lean. But anyway, congrats on the 70 pounds with the intermittent fasting. And you can have some veggies. That's not necessary. I mean, it's not necessarily the key to get your weight off to eliminate the veggies, but it doesn't hurt either. So if you want to do it and give the carnivore thing another try, I would also give it more than 30 days. To be honest, I found adaptation going on for quite a while. I would say even more like 90 days until everything kind of stabilizes. But those are my recommendations. Looking at less lean meats and maybe giving it a longer go this time. Anyway, Richard, thanks for your comment and continued success. Let us know how it goes. And so our next story today is from Robin Beers. And Robin says, "Hi Jim, this is a great series. Well done. My weight loss was a pleasant side effect of my efforts to get healthy. I'm a 57-year-old female, and at 5'10", I went from 210 to 150, which was my high school surf goddess weight. About the first 30 of those 60 were lost on keto, and the second 30 on carnivore. The second 30 was so much easier though. They just fell off along with about 5 inches from my waist. I love the simplicity of carnivore instead of the weighing, measuring, and obsessing about ratios of keto. My kick in the rear to lose the weight was a brush with cancer, and my oncologist telling me that getting to a healthy weight would reduce my chances of a recurrence. So far, so good. I recently got the results of my scans back, and they can't find any evidence of cancer. The other thing that has happened is the chronic seizure disorder I have had since college seems to be gone too. I'm down to half the meds I used to take and working on getting off the last of the meds." Well, thanks, Robin, for this story. This is one of the more amazing ones, and this is a reminder to everyone that this is not only about weight loss. That it's about your health journey, and so diet, it's a bigger picture. Sometimes we obsess about the weight. In my case, it was mainly about weight. I didn't have any huge health, conditions that I had to solve, but I probably prevented them from occurring in the future at some point. But you can lose weight a lot of different ways. You can just restrict calories and eat almost anything. You restrict enough, you can eat almost anything and lose weight. But looking at the long game and the big picture, it does matter what you eat. And I know that you're carnivore, and you're what I call, let's say, a top shelf carnivore. You really pay attention to the quality of the meat, the nutrient density. You're into grass-based and eating organ meat and liver and brain and some other thing. I mean, I know you get into it, and who can argue that that's not important? This has certainly worked for you. I know you probably not going to say it or wouldn't claim it, and I'm not going to say it either, that diet got rid of the cancer or the seizures, but doggone it, I mean, they can't find the cancer and your seizures are gone. So, what is it then? Did you just get lucky? I mean, I think diet had to play a factor in that. And so, awesome story. I don't know. I'm sort of speechless when you hear stuff like this. You hear it again and again. The Michaela Peterson and the Amber O'Hearns, Brett Lloyd. Just to name a few. At meatheals.com, there's a lot of them. But people get healthy and find their best stride in life on the carnivore diet. Often. Not 100%, but many people do. And so I'm really glad to be able to share your story today, and to thank you for contributing. I think people will appreciate knowing that this kind of result is possible. Yeah, the weight not to trivialize the amount of weight loss. The 60 pounds, getting back to your surf goddess weight. I mean that's no small feat either. And especially the second part of it on carnivore, that it was pretty much effortless. Just fell off. I love hearing that. So bravo to you, Robin. Keep up the good work, and I hope many healthy days are ahead for you. Thanks for sharing your story, and check in down the road with any further successes that you have. Appreciate it. Thank you. The next comment is from Gomie. I'm Sandra Gomez, Brownsville, Texas. I'm not carnivore. I do keto diet, and what you talk about helps. I do intermittent fasting on and off as time permits. I've lost a couple sizes and love the energetic sense of lifestyle. Carbs make me sluggish. I want to know more about the carnivore world. Hey, thank you, Sandra, for checking in, and congrats on. It sounds like you're kind of curious, and the more you experience, you're kind of digging further. You did keto, and that helped. You do intermittent fasting, and you've lost a couple sizes, and you've got energy and curiosity, and you're kind of following the path that many people have done. And now you've arrived, or you say you want to know more about carnivore world. And I'm going to put in the show notes a link to. I always link to this site first. It's called justmeat.co. And it's a comprehensive, exhaustive source of many, many different links to all kinds of carnivore materials. You can browse through that and until your heart's content and learn a lot. I would start at the top. There's on the top left side, there's a link to a blog post from Amber O'Hearn. I think it's called Eat Meat, Not Too Little, Mostly Fat. That is a good primer for starting off in the carnivore world. Yeah, I would start there and then just explore, and you can learn a lot, and you'll see where it takes you. Anyway, thank you, Sandra, for commenting and sharing. Okay, our next commenter, this must be a lurker posting for the first time. It's from Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Hi Jim, great question for us, and I love all the responses. What a treat to get to read them and hear you. I'm glad you are feeling better. It's not easy losing part of your program to having to heal. I went from low carb, high fat to keto under 25 years ago. Now I do total carbs under 5 most every day. One small salad and the rest is meat, eggs, and a smattering of cheese. It works. Always nice to hear you. Thanks, Sarah. And of course, I was being facetious about being a lurker. I think probably most everybody on my channel knows Sarah from her channel. She's a kind of an institution in this keto world, keto/carnivore world now. I call her the hardest working woman on Cape Cod because I don't know, she has several jobs and she's posting videos 6 or 7 times a week, doing interviews, and I don't know how she gets it all done. I struggle to get one or 2 videos out a week, but she is. If you're not familiar with her, okay, I'm putting a link to her channel. You should go over and check her out. She's definitely a good resource. She's motivational, helps keep your head together. She's similar to me. Like, she recommends, a no nonsense, a simple approach, staying strict. Don't go for the gimmicks, the keto-fied things. Don't go down the slippery slopes, and being on guard all the time. We're sort of really defensive like that and protective of what we have. So we have a similar mindset to all this stuff. But yeah, Sarah's got a great story. She's in maintenance, a total success. And she's done all kinds of different diets in the past, but now she's arrived and been stable for a long time now. So anyway, Sarah, thank you for weighing in. Well, I shouldn't use the weighing in. I know you only weigh once a month, but thank you for checking in and sharing your story. And anyone who doesn't know her, check out the link to her channel below. Okay, the next comment today is from Slightly Vegan. And Slightly Vegan says, I'm 6 years into losing weight, down 30 kilograms, pretty close to goal. My weight is very stable now, and a 12-12 fasting window was a revelation for my last 6 kilogram loss. I'm just looking for behavioral tweaks to eat just a little bit less on average. Might start with smaller post-workout meals, stopping meals just before full, etc. I agree with you that food is wonderful, and I'm always in awe and appreciative of what we have. I enjoy your philosophical reflections on food, eating, weight, and modern society. I think these are the most important and interesting factors in public health. Well, thank you, Slightly Vegan. I really agree with you on the last point. You know, it took me a long time to wake up to the fact that, I now say that food is, for my health, for anyone's health, food, there's nothing more important than the food you put in your mouth. And as a modern society, therefore, it's nothing more important for the health of a healthy society than the food. And quite frankly, as a society, we're in a mess. We're in a total mess. And one reason I try to talk about it and promote on my channel is to outline the trouble with what we've been taught. There's a lot of bad science and bad information. So I won't continue to go on a rant on that, not at this time. But you said you're looking for behavioral tweaks, and based on your comment, I have a tweak or suggestion for you that I think you should consider. You commented here that your weight is stable and you use a 12-12 fasting window, and I assume you mean like 12 hours eating, 12 hours not eating. And that was a revelation for your last 6 kilogram loss. Yeah, my comment is that for me, from my perspective, I don't even consider 12-12 even fasting. From what I've learned and what I've read, from your last food ingestion, from your last meal, it takes 12 hours for your body to get ready to fast, to get to fasting mode, to start turning over, into what we call like fat burning mode, which is like not the food storage mode, it's the fat burning mode. So 12-12, you're kind of just on the cusp of being ready to start fasting, and then you're ready to start eating again. Now, maybe I've misinterpreted what you said here, so correct me if I'm wrong. But so my huge tip would be, what will help you to eat less on average is to start expanding that fasting window. I personally don't think anyone should really need like 12 hours to get all your food in. You could easily eat three meals in that time frame. And the more often we eat, I feel we tend to, the more mistakes we can make with the amount that we eat. At least in my case, it's true. So eating less often would be my suggestion. I'd say 18 hours, even 20 hours fasted. To me, it should be fairly easy to fit all of your eating into a 4-hour window. That'd be like one small meal and one big meal, and that would give you more. That would give you more time in doing real fasting, and I think you'll find a difference for that. I mean, you said you're pretty close to goal, so if you got a little ways to go, that might get you there. So that's my suggestion. I mean, you probably know my story, one meal a day. I mean, I don't have a window. I just, somewhere between 4 and 6 p.m., I start eating, and when I'm done eating, that's the end of the window. So it takes me, whatever time it takes me, that's my eating window. It's less than an hour a day that I'm eating. So I'm fasting every day. So anyway, that's my suggestion. I appreciate your comment and very much, and I hope to hear from more from you in the future. Thank you. Today's next comment is from Sue G. I'm in active high-intensity weight loss mode since November 18, 2018. Doing intermittent fasting. Have a meal on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Female, age 72, 5'4", starting weight 230, now down to 196. Yay! Thank you for posting your videos. I appreciate hearing all your experiences. I totally agree with you on eating food being a celebration. No way it is just fuel, not for me and my husband. We celebrate every meal we have together. This is a lovely comment, Sue. I like your attitude, you and your husband celebrating every meal you have together. That's really nice. I'm really curious. I mean, you describe high intensity weight loss mode and talk about eating a meal on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Am I understanding correctly that you're eating 3 meals per week? Because that's active high intensity weight loss mode, I would say. So if I understand you correctly, you're fasting Monday and Tuesday, and then Thursday and Friday, and then you eat on the other 3 days. And you made progress. My only comment is, I mean, that will obviously work for weight loss. I don't see that type of approach as sustainable in the long run. I worry about, you say you're 72, that you're going to get enough protein and nutrients, in the long run, and to maintain your muscle and so forth. So hopefully this is something maybe you want to consider toggling off and on. Weight, losing weight is great, but just that's my only suggestion is maybe not take it too far, and maybe toggle this off and on, and not consider it like something you're going to stay on permanently. That's my only concern. But anyway, maybe you want to clarify that, or maybe I misunderstood it. But congratulations on your weight loss, and continued success to you. Thank you. And today's final comment is from Tammy Wilson. And Tammy says, from Alabama, started August 2018 and down 65 pounds with about 70 to go. Thankful for all your videos. So thank you, Tammy, for responding and telling us where you're at with your journey. I know you didn't give a lot of details, but whatever you're doing, it sounds like it's working, because 65 pounds since August, what is that, like 8 months or so? That's a lot, and so I wish you success on getting that next 70. Thanks for sharing your story, and hope to see you reporting a total success story here down the road someday. Thank you. Okay, that's going to do it for Volume 6 of Sub Stories. It was pretty good one, a lot of good stories, and we'll go on from there. Thanks, everyone. Be sure to leave comments, and any tips or interactions are always welcome. Until next time, this is Jim signing off. Take care, everyone.